I used the Wall Street Journal, and I was interested in this. Are video games the future of remote work? And so the idea that there should be Zoom is good, but boy, we need other things to go about and allow better collaboration. And so this particular article, written in the early part of January 2021, um, talks about how we go through and actually maybe set up an environment where we could work more collaboratively than just using Zoom. In fact, this is the spatial chat, and it was this area that I found particularly interesting. This is spatial chat. I found it on the Wall Street Journal. I was looking around and looking for solutions that might help me better facilitate the conversation with my students, particularly in a discussion-based course like we have. And so I found this, and I've now had two pilots, one with just some friends and another with a series of students. And so um, the thing that's particularly unique about this is the ability for people to have multiple conversations at the same time without interrupting each other. And they do that from by where they place their avatar. So the system points out to you that the closer you place your avatar to somebody else, the both the avatars get larger, and you can actually begin to hear the other person. Over here, you can't hear them. So you grab your own avatar and drag it closer to the person that you want to talk to. Um, you can also move yourself and scroll around the room itself, and that way you can sort of go through and discover where other people are. That seems to be helpful. People like that. Um, when you use your mouse pad, your touch wheel or your touchpad, you can scroll in and out and zoom in on the individual, make everybody's face a little bit larger, or get a sense of where everybody else is. And of course, if you need to find a person directly, they allow you to go ahead and do that as well. Let me give you a tour of the environment that we're talking about. So, as users come in, they drop into what appears to be a room with a projection system. I've just put an image up here in which we can zoom in on if we want to, meet your professor. And So the icon of the fact that there's a meeting space here, meeting space there. You'll notice down here I've got a number of controls. I can share images and such. I can do some chat if I need to do so. This is this is my chat area, which is helpful. Um, I'll get to broadcast and such later. I can turn my camera off, or I can obviously mute my microphone, and we'll talk about megaphone later as well. So if I've got this idea of a room, so maybe I want to move from room to room. So I'm going to walk through here. Now, of course, I can actually go right through the rooms if I wanted to, but here, what I did is I posted a YouTube video, a short YouTube video of myself, and we're going to go over here, and you'll notice as I get closer to it, you'll be able to hear the video, and also I will zoom in, and you'll see it here in just a second. You can begin to hear my own voice. Game the system. It's not really easy for me to judge on how well you're doing with this particular how active you are, and so I found a better piece of software. And of course, it costs you a little bit of money, but I think at the end of the semester you'll think it's worth it. So the problem that I've had in the past. So I'm discussing. Blackboard. I've got a short video here discussing why I'm asking the students to use PackBack as opposed to using the Blackboard discussion. Now I'm going to pull myself farther away so that my own voice doesn't interfere with what's happening. But as you can see, the video continues to run. And so if I want to hear more about it, I can move myself closer. And if I want to have a private chat with somebody else, I can actually stop and just go over here. So I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. I wanted to give the impression, here's a video I have of some students, and I wanted them to be able to hear this.
Being more comfortable talking to business professionals, even if they're a lot older than me.
This was one of the best choices I've made, as this class has allowed me to put myself out there, to allow my voice to be
So
heard.
what I did in this case is I wanted to allow the users to begin to feel a little more comfortable about the environment. And so a couple semesters ago, I had put together this video, but here I found that they would actually sit in these seats or come close and actually listen to it, which was something I wasn't able to get them to do most of the time. And then as I scan out, you can actually see sort of the idea that here, and the idea here was that we were going to have a bit of a lounge area. I could hang out with other students. And again, using YouTube, I could actually put my favorite songs here, and you should be able to hear James Taylor as I get a little closer here and what's going on there. So we've got some music going on here and what have you that's being played. And of course, I can pull myself back out if I want to. So um, that's the idea. Now, with this version that I have, I'm going to pop out this screen over here. Right now, I've just named this area called the Ethics Forum, but I'm really going to be using this, I believe, for role plays. And so I'm going to pop over to role plays, and pow, you're going to see in just a second. Okay, this is the idea that I could have several meeting rooms at the same time. And so in this case, I could have users or my students meet either 4 at a time or 6 at a time in small groups. And you can see here, I could set up easily, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 8 different meeting rooms going on once. Now, I, as a professor, can come over here and sort of pop into a different meeting room. And again, we can't show it here, but I'll show it to you later in some other video I've taped. How it gets smaller, and pretty soon I don't hear them anymore, and I just see their avatar with a letter. And as I get closer to others, it will expand. And so that's great for popping in on individual things. Now, here's where it is useful. I can use the megaphone function. And so let's say I'm in the middle and I need to have them all wrap up. And I don't want to have to visit every single meeting group. I would use the megaphone button. So what I do is I press this, and you'll see here megaphone's turned on. Hello, everyone. I'm talking on the megaphone. You've got 5 minutes left to wrap up your role play. And so then I would turn off that. And now the other thing that I can do here is you'll notice I've got multiple rooms. The megaphone is just for this particular room. But if I use the broadcast function, hello, everyone. Okay, we're counting down 3, 2, 1. This is a broadcast to everyone. We are going to end the class in about 30 seconds. Thank you. And so at that point, then everybody gets that broadcast sent to them, and that's how that would work. So you can see how I think that this is a sort of a different setting. I'm going to jump back over here to Ethics Forum here. Than certainly the traditional Zoom that we have. And I think that one thing that would be very helpful is to allow users to do it. Now, one other thing I did just to engage with my students today, I wanted to invite them to complete a small sort of what I called a scavenger hunt. And so I went down there and I collected some basic information from them. I asked them to go find Professor Hillman somewhere. He's wearing a hoodie. Which kind of hoodie is he wearing? Go over and listen to James Taylor, listen to what music was there. On another part of the role play, or in the role play theater, there was a poster, and they had to fill out the particular things that were going on with these ethical theories and who is the person with it, and then go ahead and listen to some of these or watch some of these videos, and then I would embed the clue in there somewhere just to make sure that they were paying full attention to the thing, and then eventually wrap up and then leave. So that made it a little more interesting for them to go ahead and do that sort of work. So do you see the movies playing in the other rooms?
Yeah.
Here, walk with me. Walk, 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 walk. And now let's walk back.
Oh.
Walk, 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 walk. Come on over here. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So somebody else is here. Let's go walk over and say hi to them. Walk, 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 walk. Hello. Whoop, where are you
Hey.
going?
Oh, okay. I get it now.
Hey, Sawyer.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Pretty good.
So
So
what
if we're not paired together, we can't talk to each other from
Yeah,
different
watch
area.
this. I'll go over here. Wait a second. I'm going to keep talking, and pretty soon you can't hear me anymore, and then I come back, and then you can hear me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. That way you can have multiple conversations going on at once.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, this is cool.
Well, what's cool, you see the people walking around in the other rooms?
Yeah.
They could be talking, and you can't hear them, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So follow me. Watch. I'm going to walk over here and watch the movie. Watch. Walk, 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 walk. Come on. Walk, walk.
I'm
walk,
coming.
walk, walk, walk.
As long as you're putting in effort,
Walk, walk, walk,
you
walk,
don't
walk,
have
walk.
anything to worry about.
But I wouldn't ever drop the class without speaking.
Walk, 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 walk. I want to walk away. Isn't that wild?
Do I have to make the walking noises?
No, you, no, you don't. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
So, who is that? I'm trying to figure out. Is that Jessica?
Yes.
Hi, Jessica. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. You figured out how this thing works yet?
Kinda. I'm just kind of moving myself around.
Yeah, isn't it weird? I don't know if you're zoomed out. If you zoomed out, you can see that there's people all over the place, and you can't hear them. And so if you get close to one of those videos or
Yeah.
whatever, you can hear it, and then you don't have to hear it. So,
Mhm.
isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. So let me see who else is here. That's Yi Lee. Hi, Yi.
Hi, Professor.
Hi. Hi.
This is kind of
Like,
cool.
Isn't it?
Yeah, because like when I move around, like the sound changes and everything.
I know. That's weird. You get in front of a video and you can hear it, and then you
Yeah, it's
don't hear
actually
it.
like you walking in the room, kind of like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it's meant to be. It's like, okay, well, there could be other people having conversations, and we don't interrupt each other.
Gotcha.
Which one
See
is
that? Can you read it?
Boston.
Zoom in.
Is it
Boston University.
Yeah.
Boston University. Yeah.
Why is that university important to you?
My daughter got her PhD there, and she's going to be a guest lecturer for us this year.
Oh, wow.
All right. I'm gonna go explore some other rooms.
Okay, go explore. Uh-oh, what happened to the music? The music stopped?
We can hear it, but we don't know where it says what song it is.
Oh, you just have to know it.
Oh,
Don't you have? There used to be an app called Shazam or something that helped you with that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
I have that.
I think I got it.
Come on, I gotta tell you guys about Shazam. Give me a break. Hold on.
I think this is a really cool forum.
Mhm.
I mean, it added like an element of fun to it, so I imagine that doing it in class would be much easier. I don't like Zoom breakout rooms. I mean, I'll do them, but because you kind of have to. Sometimes you gotta do things you want to do.
Right.
But it definitely added like an element of fun and being able to kind of like move around. I feel like it would have been easier. I'm just on my laptop, so I just have a mouse pad. I feel like it would have been easier to navigate if I had an actual mouse, but it definitely was manageable too. So
No, that's good to know. Yeah, I learned something new here. I didn't realize that as I go into a room where there's a video playing, where I see the video and where you see the video is different. We don't see it's not playing exactly the same time for everybody, which I find interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you hear other people, that can be a problem if it's coming through their microphone because you might have multiple copies of it going on at the same time. I realize so.
that did happen to me once. But so if you put your mouse over like my bubble, there's those 3 dots by your name, so you can click mute sound. So I have someone muted on here because they were playing it very loudly at a different spot than I was.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, you learned that on your own, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sawyer, did you find everything you needed?
Yeah. The only thing I haven't gotten yet is the clue on the pack back.
Oh yeah, that's towards the end, so you got to find that one. So.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. Okay, he's gone.
He's got to get his business done.
I think that's. I'm glad I did the little scavenger hunt because I think after the initial coolness, it's sort of okay. Now what? Hey, role play theater. You guys hanging out with each other over here?
Yeah, we're just
Yep.
on.
Cool, cool. Did you find the little poster over there?
Where at? Oh, at the top left?
Yep, top left. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep, got that one.
All right.
What was that?
What do you think? What do you think of spatial?
I really like this.
Yeah, why? What's cool about it?
It's cool that you're not hearing what everybody else is talking about.
I know. I like that part.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you can move in and out of rooms far easier than in
Yeah.
with Zoom. Yep, exactly.
Because on Zoom, like even on Thursday when we were doing the activity with the talkers and listeners,
Yeah.
since we can't pick our rooms, a lot of times we would be in the wrong rooms and you know, we couldn't really do anything.
Yeah.